Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Anna Bright. I'm the #2 pickleball pro in the world. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you like this video and if you want more. I'm here today to talk to you guys about the current hottest topic in pickleball, which is Christian Alshon. Not because he's hot. No comment there, but because of the level of play and the play style he demonstrated at the PPA National Indoor Championships last week in Minnesota. I was unfortunately one of his victims. I was unfortunately his final victim in mixed doubles, in which he and Tyra Black came away with the title. If you didn't watch, he was playing like a complete psychopath.
And then open up the court to find Tyra. Just watching the humans here.
What are some of the things that we can learn from the level of mania that he demonstrated last week? The first major thing we can learn from Christian is the importance of having a lot of variety in your game. Variety is something that's like the most talked about thing in pickleball. I feel like it's like how to have this shot, how to have this shot. I think there are other things that are actually far more important to get you to a good level in pickleball. It's a big focus of my boot camp, but having a lot of variety gives you the ability to play in the psycho way that Christian did. He was speeding up off the bounce, out of the air, off his forehand wing, off his backhand wing. You really want to ideally have weapons off of both sides, out of the air and off the bounce. He was also earning, he was reaching, he was applying so much pressure. He was finding different spots with all of these different shots. And that's really so important. So definitely continue to work on developing the variety of your game, and just, you want to have it all. Don't we all want to have it all? 2, if you feel like you're a significant underdog, be willing to try something crazy. I can guarantee you, Christian would not have played this way if he didn't think it gave him and Tyra their best chance to win. I can guarantee it. If he thought that he could play more conventional and it would be more optimal for them, he would have done it. He was going to play in the way that he felt was most optimal, and he did it all week long, even in practice. So if you feel like you're the underdog and you've got to do something crazy, like, be willing to do it. Some of you guys have probably seen the match when I played Ben and Anna Lee with Federico indoors in Vegas, and I lobbed like 24 times in 3 games at the pro level. And I think I even lobbed 13 times in game 1. That was a match where I felt like we didn't really have that much of a chance unless we did something a little different, a little out of the norm, something just to really surprise him, punch him in the mouth. That's what I did. I can't play in the same way that Christian can play, and I most definitely can't in mix. I just, I am a freak athlete, but I'm not that much of a freak. Not that much of a freak in general, too. What? If you feel like you're a significant underdog, talk to your partner, come up with a strategy. Maybe you feel like you've lost to a team a lot in the past, and be willing to punch them in the mouth. It doesn't mean that what you do is going to be sustainable and it's going to work in the future. Like, I don't think the way Christian played will be super sustainable, but it's a good way to get a dub in an important match. And, if you feel like it's your best chance, go ahead and do it. Number 3. The initiator has perfect information. This is a big one that I don't think is talked about that much. So when we're countering, when we see someone is speeding the ball up at us, we have to anticipate one thing or another. I'm a big believer in that you need to be making a small decision always. Being completely neutral, like not really planning on countering, not really planning on resetting, just kind of like, I'm going to react, I'm going to see what happens. That is very C-ball, hit ball to me. I'm a big believer in always making some type of a micro decision. But you have to make a decision. You are guessing effectively. You're making an educated guess, but you are still guessing. What Christian demonstrated this week, and what isn't talked about too much, is that the initiator does have more information than the person countering. You know with 100% certainty what your shot is going to be. You might not know exactly what their counter is going to be, or if they're going to counter, if they're going to reset, but you should have a feel for the general angles that will happen after your initial speed up. And if you're really big and you're really athletic and you have good hands and you have a ball that you can initiate and it fits within your general macro strategy, speeding it up is a good thing to do, especially when you're mixing up your spots a lot and using a lot of variety, which Christian 100% was. Then it's like, we have no idea what he's going to do, but he knows. We're trying to guess, but he's shown us like 5 or 6 different things off the same ball, but he knows what he's going to do. He has a good feel for what might happen next. So the initiator has perfect information. If you have good speed ups and you can mix them up and you are playing aggressive, take advantage. keep sending it unless they prove they can shut it down. Number 4, maybe don't refer to your partner as backup. This is just like a general thing, and it's something I think really funny, but I think that there's been so much discussion about this style of play from Christian that it was sexist, that it was rude to Tyra. Fans were really outraged. The pros were like, what is going on? Like, this is insane. But no matter your play style, definitely don't refer to your partner as backup. Tyra is the very best partner for Christian if this is how Christian wants to play mixed doubles. She is a lot more than backup. She definitely enables that manic play style. I'm not saying it's like optimal for them by any means, but it worked this tournament. But if, would it work again? That I don't know. Especially indoor conditions were optimal for this play style from them because it's like not hot outside. Imagine Christian trying to take the entire kitchen when it's hot outside. If he could do that and he's that fit, like, major kudos. But undoubtedly, indoors really benefited them. But definitely, like, talk to your partner, have a strategy. And I do not think this is possible without Tyra. Her defense, her ability to quickly get in and out of his way, her ability to just track things down is second to none in the women's game. And, like, honestly, probably only second to, like, 2 or 3 guys max in the men's game. Tyra is an absolute freak athlete, and playing against her is always anxiety inducing. And then the 5th thing I want to talk about is, did Christian break pickleball? Did he break pickleball? Did he just show us an all new meta? Is this how men are going to play? Is this how Christian is going to play? Do I need to expect to, instead of be covering 40% of the court in mix, am I now just relegated to like 10%? Should I just go and hit backhands on the right side and just be like kind of hanging out over there like, oh, hey, I'm here if you need me? What do you guys think? Do you guys think this was sexist of him? Do you guys think that this is how Christian is going to play mix from now on? I personally do think that whether he plays with Tyra or not, we are going to be seeing a much more aggressive level of mixed from Christian until the rest of the pros, myself included, can shut it down, which I fully do intend to do. So I would argue that Christian did not break pickleball this week. I don't think that the style he demonstrated is like really super sustainable. I just think it's something that people need to adjust to. But I do think he demonstrated that pickleball is in fact breakable. If you are a newsletter reader of mine, you know I discussed this in depth. Make sure to subscribe to my newsletter if you haven't. The link is going to be somewhere up top here. I talk about really interesting things and I post weekly. So I texted Christian. I asked him his height. I asked him his vertical. I asked him his wingspan. He was probably like, what is going on, Anna? Like, why are you treating me like a lab rat? But I wanted to know. And he told me he is 6'1.5-ish. Then he said he was 6'1", 1.5. Then he said he's 6'2" with shoes. So Christian is about 6'1", 6'2". And he's really athletic. But his wingspan, his ape index is the ratio of your wingspan to your height, is actually neutral. It's 1. He has the same wingspan as his height. This actually surprised me because I felt like he has so much reach, but it's actually neutral. So imagine if someone in the NBA played pickleball. Just honestly, almost any NBA player. But first, let's just think about LeBron James. Imagine if LeBron James played pickleball, but he had the exact same racket sport background, all the same shots, all the same technique, all the same options at his disposal as Christian has. Pickleball would break. LeBron is so much taller. Not only does he have a longer wingspan, he has a longer proportional wingspan, has a better ape index. It'd be over. The kitchen literally wouldn't exist. Imagine trying to find the woman in mixed doubles if you're playing against LeBron James. She could just go sit down. She could honestly just go sit down. So I don't think Christian broke pickleball, but I think he demonstrated it is breakable at a certain level of athleticism. But you might say, okay, but Anna, like LeBron James broke basketball. It's not fair. So okay, fine. What about like Dwayne Wade, Kawhi Leonard, Russell Westbrook? Like, do you really think they wouldn't like make the kitchen completely disappear? I've played against Andreas Sealstrom. I think he's 6'9" around here. He still has good hands. You cannot make the ball bounce on the guy, but he doesn't move that well. But these guys in the NBA, they can move. But now you might say, okay, but Anna, those guys are all like all-stars, Hall of Famers, like they broke basketball too. Okay, fine. I did research. I looked up the most athletic position in basketball. Small forward is what the internet told me. I looked up at the D1 level. D1 level. This includes your big schools. This includes like your small, like Tennessee Tech. The D1 basketball level, the small forward position, average height 6'5" to 6'7". Positive ape index. Do you really think that these guys wouldn't still take over pickleball? I'm just saying, I think Christian demonstrated that pickleball is breakable in a way that other sports might not be, which is, I think, an interesting topic. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this. And I don't think Christian broke it, but I think that it probably can be broken. We are very lucky that there is not a lot of diversity in racket sports. Oh, I'm lucky. I'm lucky because I have a job. But it's silly to acknowledge that the lack of diversity in racket sports isn't one reason why pickleball and tennis, even other racket sports, don't look very, very different. Imagine trying to lob a guy who's 6'6" with arms like that. Night. Or just trying to find the kitchen. Everything is an Ernie. So that's all I have to say. I think there's a lot we can learn from what Christian demonstrated this week and a lot of interesting topics. Do you guys think the way he played was sexist? Do you think it was disrespectful to Tyra? How do you think I should better handle it next time? How do you think Hayden should better handle it next time? And I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this. Appreciate you guys.